our practical task this week. Our practical task is going to carry on from our last week's task. Last week's task we designed up two contactors to change a three-phase motor from forward to reverse. There's actually a bit of a problem with that circuit, and we're going to build on that and fix that. This is what we normally do in the lab. We build it, we look at the problem, and then we keep adding and adding to it. So to start with, I'm going to first look at the problem with that circuit, and I'm just going to grab a picture of it. Here it is here, and let's grab my pen. Okay, so what's wrong with this circuit? I'm not sure if anyone noticed it yet, but the problem is I can come along, I start my circuit, that's good, and then my contactor comes in, clunk, and then my timer comes in after a few seconds, nice, and then I can, once my timer's in, it means I can select my forward or reverse. So I select forward, and this contactor comes in. Everything's nice, my motor's running forward, but here's the problem. I can also come along and push the reverse button. What would happen then? My reverse contactor comes in as well at the same time. And with these links here, we'd put a dead short across our supply. If we brought this contactor in and that contactor both came in, boom, we'd have a short across our three phases and our protection would operate quite quickly. Okay, so there's a fault in there, and the fix to that is to use some interlocking. Okay, so I'm gonna look at that. I'm gonna go back to this picture here. Here we go. Delete all this. So this stage here, I can pick one of these. I can start it. I push the start button. My main contactor comes in. My timer comes in a few seconds later. Then I can use these buttons. The problem is I can select one of them, I push this one and they both come in and my circuit breakers will pop. So on the top here we've got these auxiliary contacts, and at the moment we're using those. That's obviously there is our coil A1 to A2. There's our coil there. We'll be using those in all our circuits so far. And the other pair that we've been using is our normally open, which is on here on our auxiliary. We've been using these. We've been using those ones there for our latches, to latch our button in. Okay, why is that? Stops us keeping our finger on the button. So that works really well. Remember, these are normally open. When our contactor comes in, they close and act as our latch. We've got another set of here, remember, another set of auxiliary contacts. And these ones here are normally closed. So they're closed all the time until the contactor opens. So here's the trick. I'm going to go back to my drawing here and bring up the new drawing, which is this one here. Delete that. This is exactly the same as the old drawing all the way up to here, except for these two extra contacts. Okay, these are called our interlocks. And I've color coded these so you can see one does that one, our latch. C2 does our latch here, C3 does our latch here, but then they cross purpose here, okay? They cross over. So C3, so when we bring our wires out of our buttons here, we take them through this auxiliary contact and then to this contactor, okay? And this one here, we come out, we take this through this auxiliary contact and then to that contactor. What that means is, because it's normally closed, both of these will be active as soon as this comes on. So let's put some power on, start it, this becomes active, this all livens up, we sit here, we wait, 1, 2, 3 seconds, these both become active, these both become active, and then let's push a button, let's push this forward button. So we're going to go forward, excellent, that drives this line here. My C2 comes in, and what that does is it opens this, okay? That contact there becomes open. So now if I push this reverse button, I'll open up to here, this contactor can't come in. Hit my stop button, everything powers down, both these become closed again, and then I can go through the same process, wait for the timer, hit my reverse button. That will liven up this, and importantly, open our interlock. Okay, so our interlocks is we're crossing between the contactors. So our feed for our contactor, the final feed into our contactor, we take it through the alternate contactors normally closed. That way it ensures that both of these contactors can never come on at the same time. Even if we walk up to it and manually put a screwdriver in the contact and jam it in, it will release the other one. It will release this contact on the other one, okay? So that's a extra safety measure. Right, so let's go back to our drawing. What does that look like when you're wiring it? What happens is you might come off your button. I don't know where your button is. I'm not even sure what the wiring looks like. But if I wanted to feed this contactor here, before I fed that contactor, I would go through this contact here, then I'd go into my coil, and then I'd go home, okay? That's just a rough, obviously you're not going to wire it like that, but I want you to get the idea that you go through the opposing contact. Sorry, I used the, oh, I've put you wrong there, I'm going to do that again. So let's keep it simple. You go through the opposing, normally closed contact, and then into your coil, and then home, okay? So that way there, this will operate that coil,